Hello, I'm Earl Samper with Standing Under the Sky. Welcome back. As promised, we're in Louise Harter's house, and we've moved on to a new stage of talking with Louise. As you recall, we met in her showroom upstairs, and the third part of our series will have to do with the kiln that she has built and will be firing up soon. But now we're in Louise's cellar at the wheel. And Louise, I know nothing about this. What are you doing here? Kneading? What are you kneading?
I am kneading. This is the clay.
Yeah.
This is my raw material, and this is enough to make 2 bowls, slightly smaller than that one there.
You get 2 of these out of this?
Yes, out of that. Oh. So I'll divide this in half.
Uh-huh. Cool.
That.
This
Oh
is
yeah,
clay.
feel that.
This is clay. Feels like clay. That's what it is.
Feels like clay.
Okay.
Cool.
Feels like clay. It
Yeah.
is clay.
And very malleable.
Yes.
So now I'm going to get these 2 pieces in a pear shape, good shape to put on the wheel.
Okay. Now, what did you have to do with the clay before you brought it to this table, Louise?
Well, all of this clay, this is a clay that I make myself.
Yeah.
And I get dry powdered ingredients,
Yeah.
measure out a recipe,
Okay.
50 pounds of this, 200 pounds of that, into a bathtub outside. Maybe we can show that sometime.
Oh, okay.
Add water.
That's important, yes.
And I stir it with my feet,
With your feet.
my feet until it's like a batter.
Yes.
And then after it's had a chance to sit for a couple of days, I dry it out on a wire mesh screen.
Uh-huh.
And when it's about this consistency, I roll it up and bring it inside. And then I put it through a pug mill, a contraption that stirs it up and spits it out into those tubes
Yes,
you saw
that-
before I
that's,
started
yes,
wedging.
yeah.
And now I'm doing this process called wedging
Let you.
that squeezes out the air bubbles and it mixes the harder clay with the softer clay.
Okay, okay.
So I've done most of the wedging to get this ready, and now I'm just going to form these into a good shape to
Somewhat
start
like
the
this
bowl.
bowl. Uh-huh.
Yeah, to get a good shape to start a bowl like that.
Now, this particular bowl, Louise, how long will it take that to dry?
Well, that'll dry, let's see, uncovered overnight,
Uh-huh.
and then covered another day,
Okay.
and then it gets to be about the consistency of cheese, a
Yes.
little bit softer than cheddar cheese,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll use this tool to cut off extra clay on the bottom.
Okay.
So from about here down, I'll need to take off just a
I
little
see.
bit extra clay
Yeah.
and form a ring on the bottom, a foot ring on the bottom.
Okay, okay.
And these are going to be mixing bowls. I have a customer, a friend and a customer who's been making a lot of cookies.
Oh.
And he requested
Well,
a mixing bowl for his cookie dough.
A lot of cookies will go in there.
So,
with the dough,
well,
yes.
this could be a double batch of Toll House cookies.
Yes.
But keep in mind, it's also going to shrink a little bit. So when
Or a
it comes out of the
bathtub for a
kiln,
baby.
Yep. Well, they get smaller. They really
Yes,
do.
yeah.
So,
I'm just going to let you work here and not
Okay.
get you talking because,
so there's one.
okay,
Now let's get the next one ready.
this looks like a flower pot.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe I want to do some that have spouts. So maybe I'll do the next one with a spout on it.
Okay. I just got the urge to dig in there.
Well, maybe I'll give you a little handful
Okay.
to use.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to get into this.
Get into it. There you
What,
go.
just
There's
knead
your
this
piece.
here?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to come around behind you and get
Okay.
in there.
Okay.
Get started.
This is fun.
Yeah, feels good,
I'm
doesn't
going to
it?
have to take one of your courses, or one of your classes.
Oh, that'd be
I've
great.
always wanted to do this, Louise.
Well, now you're doing it. So, okay, I've taken off a little extra under here.
Uh-huh. Oh, and you work the wheel with your feet.
Yep.
I see, okay.
This is the wire tool that separates the pot from the wheel. Put it in there. Here's my pry tool.
What is that? What's the name of that tool?
This is a nameless tool,
Okay.
but it works kind of like a crowbar.
Okay.
So I'm going to pry this stiff disc up from the pad of clay.
Okay.
So it's just a maneuver. And this is free. Set this one down.
Wow, it's beautiful. And I know it isn't finished yet, but it's beautiful.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Put one of these on. It's easier if I get this in the middle, very centered. And make sure it's really on there. Okay, now we're ready for clay.
Okay. It's like a birthday cake. We're forming into something. Again, Louise, you have in your mind what you're going to do. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know how you're going to do it.
So this will be a little bit smaller than this one.
Yes.
And I'm going to put a spout on it.
Okay.
So that's
A spout. You
a
mean?
spout. So like the type of spout that you have on a pitcher.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if you're mixing something that's more liquid, it'll be easy to pour out.
Excess builds up on the outside and you have to even that. I see you taking
Well,
off with your
I'm
forefinger.
taking this off
Yeah.
to help it get it centered, help it get really,
Okay.
so the clay is in the middle.
So it all goes back into the...
And as long as I haven't put any water on here,
Okay.
I can add it back into the center.
No, what if you had water on there? Wouldn't it absorb it or?
Then it slides, it'll
Oh,
slide
okay.
off.
Okay, okay.
So maybe I'll make a smaller pot. You can see the techniques for getting the clay in the center
Yes.
are different for a smaller piece of clay than for a
Okay.
larger one. I think this is ready for water.
It's incredible. I wish you could see the inside of this. It's forming almost like concentric circles. Look at that.
See now some comes off?
Yes.
I'll
I
save
do.
it on the pile.
Okay.
That's all recyclable.
Really, nothing wasted.
So this can all be made
That's-
into another pot.
Okay, uh-huh. Yes, I know you're very sensitive to environmental issues and recycling, aren't you?
Yep, try to be.
Yes.